9, 10. Wow! More than 10 years of field experience being an immigration consultant. Plus now, having managed a team of consultants for more than 5 years thus far, I would say I've handled personally and oversaw more than 3,000 Singapore immigration applications to date. Here are the top 7 things I have learned in mostly succeeding and sometimes failing in these 3,000 applications. Hey, this is Elena and welcome back to another episode on the Immigration People's YouTube channel. Today's episode is gonna be a real treat for you if you're attempting to apply your first or next Singapore PR application in 2025. Without further ado, here are your 7 tips. What do you think of my chances? I also don't think I can pass, no. You look at my age, you look at my salary, you look at my job, you look at my marital status, everything is not in my favor. I think this time round confirm fail lah. Now, this is actually a pretty common sentiment that I've come across throughout my years as an immigration consultant. Now, here's the thing. If you're really that pessimistic, it will actually reflect, on your actions and you providing half-hearted documents and doing your application half-heartedly, which in result can lead to a higher chance of really failing your PR application. Here's what I found to be true. For those applicants who are able to put their personal feelings aside and really heed the advice of their consultant, fully cooperate with them throughout the application and preparation process, they have a much higher chance of succeeding in their PR applications. Now I tell you, I've already looked through ICA's form and all the instructions. I have everything that they are asking for, and everyone around me says that I will definitely be approved. The only reason why I'm looking for you guys is because I don't have the time to do all this paperwork. So I just need somebody to gather my documents and submit the application for me. I mean, for my profile, it's definitely going to be approved. Now, on the other spectrum, I have also come across applicants who are just overly confident. While confidence is good, it's important not to be too complacent because there are certain aspects of your profile that as a layman, you may not know on how to enhance or to work on. So in my experience, if you choose to work with a professional, you want to listen for how they can value add and enhance your application so you indeed stand a much higher chance in succeeding at your PR application. I've already submitted my application before. I know what I say once and I already have all the documents ready. So why do you need so much time to prepare my application? Can't you submit it like this week? And why does it cost so much anyway? It's just, a few days of work. So I have also come across cases whereby the time and effort needed to prepare an application is severely underestimated. So here's an analogy. If you're paying a premium for an omakase experience, what you're paying is not just to eat a bunch of fresh ingredients. You are also paying for the time and effort that the chef is putting into every dish that he creates. Also, you are paying for the expertise of the chef that he has accumulated over his many years of real-time experience. So you cannot walk into an omakase restaurant expecting a fast food service. So going back to the point, if you already decide to engage a professional team, just leave it in the hands of the professional. Let them have adequate time to do out a proper application for you, and of course be prepared to remunerate them fairly for the expertise that they are going to bring to the table. It is a known fact that more than 70% of the PR applications get rejected yearly. And a significant number of these rejections is because of incomplete and inadequate documents submitted or form filling. From what I've seen, because IC's application form is so long drawn and tedious, and some of the questions are not so straightforward, so people when doing the form filling, they start to get lazy, they start to miss out information, or they misunderstood IC's questions and provide the wrong information instead. At the same time, for the documentation part, there's also a long list of documents requested by ICA. So at times, people can provide half-hearted documents, such as documents taken by their phone cameras with shadows, some corners cut off, or missing certain information. A lot of times, people may also misunderstand on the translation and authorization requirements of their documents and ended up not submitting documents required by ICA standards. And all of this contribute to a rejection because ICA cannot process your application if your form is incomplete or if your documents are missing certain important information. Riding on a previous point, a significant portion of these 70% of the rejected applications may have their basic information filled up nice, but they failed to provide any additional supporting documents. Now, I find that the basic documents are, of course, required and compulsory, but it's the supporting additional documents that's really gonna help ICA identify that you are a unique talent out of all the hundreds and thousands of applications submitted every year. Examples of additional supporting documents will include cover letter, testimonials, your awards and achievements. Basic documents are great, your additional supporting documents are great, but the icing on top of the cake is really your social integration efforts and long-term financial planning. When it comes to giving your 101% in making sure your application is the best it can be, we cannot neglect the importance of social integration efforts and long-term financial commitment in this country. For social integration efforts, we are talking about a span of 4 to 5 months of monthly donation to your charity of choice and also consistent volunteer work and active community involvement. For long-term financial commitment, we are talking about at least 15 years of savings or even retirement plans, long-term investment plans in Singapore. Most people think that after they hit the submit button, everything is done and dusted, and all they need to do is to sit down and wait for an outcome without thinking that they need to update ICA of all the important changes in their life. So the important things to update ICA whenever there's a change in your life would be change in employment, change in marital status, change in residential address, when you welcome a new member to the family. So here's an example. I've actually had several clients in the past who failed to update us and update ICA of the change in their employment while their application is pending. And when they receive the in-principle approval, ICA is actually shocked to see that there is a change in their employer's information. And ICA told them that their approval is now on hold because they need to re-review their application again. So I would say the bottom line is you want to keep ICA updated of all these important changes in your life in a timely manner. You do not want to wait till the IPA because ICA will get a shock and you will get a shock too. Well, here's the kicker. There is no template, no one-size-fits-all magic solution or secret trick for your PR application because, well, it is your PR application. The real secret sauce here is based on both micro and macro factors. The micro factor being not just including the requisite documents, but also exemplifying your strengths and uniqueness in your submission, which is something you can do if you have the know-how, or what most people realize after trying on their own and failing is that they should have gone with a professional team. And the macro factor being that you need to be keenly aware of Singapore's economic and social focus, hence the right talent that they are looking for at the time you are submitting your application, as well as the competing profiles of the other applicants that are submitting during the same time as you, which again, mostly only professional teams that handles a large number of applications year on year will have that kind of information. So in both cases, having a professional team on hand can give you the logistical support you need and also emotional assurance throughout the whole application process. So that's all for today's episode. If you have enjoyed today's content, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!